It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We'll talk a little bit about our weekends coming up, but as always, we begin with news.
Over the weekend, the medical examiner ruled Dr. John Forsyth's death was a suicide. You might remember that a kayaker found Dr. Forsyth's body at the end of May near the bank of Beaver Lake near Rogers, Arkansas. That was after he went missing on May 21st of last year. Police went looking for him when he didn't show up for work at Mercy Hospital in Cassville. They found his car and his wallet, his belongings inside, but he was nowhere to be seen. He was 49 years old. All right, Republic residents beware. Police there say that several cars have been vandalized. Many were hit early Saturday morning, and at least one person has been arrested for it and is a minor. So it looks like kids, perhaps. If you have any information or leads in the case, you were asked to call Republic Police.
Okay. The big election coming up in November is going to be a big one. You know that already. And not only is it a presidential election, but other things could be decided in Missouri, some big things. Missouri voters will likely see 3 hot-button issues also on the ballot: whether to overturn the state's ban on abortion, whether to legalize sports betting across the state, and whether to raise the minimum wage. Those 3 petition initiatives are each getting traction, people collecting signatures to get it on the ballot. All 3 report that they seem to be well on their way. The general election coming up in November is on the 5th. Then there's going to be a big turnout for that.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah. Bass Pro is letting some workers go because of a downturn in sales. They say they need to make adjustments to their overall operational numbers in response to the soft demand for marine products and just the overall economic climate, which hasn't been great over the last few years. 176 employees were laid off at 3 boat manufacturing facilities in Lebanon, Bolivar, and in Flippin, Arkansas. Tracker Marine in Lebanon had the highest number of layoffs, 85. Ranger Boats in Flippin, Arkansas let go 70, and Bolivar laid off 21 people.
Yeah, hate to hear that. But yeah, I'm sure that whenever the economy is what it is, boats would not be on the top of the priority list.
Yeah, so inflation hurts the boat market, that's for sure.
Yeah, that would be a guarantee. All right, if you need a job, speaking of inflation, maybe you want to get a good job or are considering a field of study, perhaps. We are nearing college graduation, or high school graduation, I should say. How about this? Engineering. How about going to get an engineering degree? Here's why. There are nearly 200,000 open engineering positions across the country. So much so that firms say they are having to turn down work because they don't have enough engineers to work on it. Wow. Engineers make an average salary of $97,000 per year, and pretty much everything that you and I would see or use like tangibly with our hands, an engineer, some sort of an engineer was somehow involved in that process. So difficult field perhaps, but worth it because there is such a demand. Industry leaders say nearly half of all engineering firms in the U.S. are facing a major workforce shortage.
Wow, that's a problem. And, we've been trying to talk more about STEM and to get kids involved in STEM at a young age, and engineering is part of that. Too much math for me, or else I would go back to school and learn it.
You'd totally do it, babe.
I would totally do it. I mean, I'd be a great engineer.
2 + 2 without a calculator, you'd absolutely do it.
Yeah, I'd be a fantastic engineer, I think, if not for the math.
The building might be sideways, the roof too short. I mean, who knows what, but it would be built. It would be. Yeah. Okay, Nixa folks are going to be happy to hear this. The outdoor pool fix is apparently still on track to be fixed and even upgraded by this summer. You'll remember last year the pool was unable to open ever because of a massive leak. 75,000 gallons of water per day were leaking out the bottom of the pool into the ground because of a leak in the pipe. Crews have been working to fix it, and they decided, you know what? While we've got literally everything undone, we might as well redo the pipe system that's underground because it was getting old, as well as add some new features. So now visitors will see more pool deck space, more play features, more shade features, the whole nine whenever it gets opened. Again, should be probably early June. Also, Nixa city leaders say they're also going to add a splash pad in the city, but that one won't be open by this summer. The total price tag for all the above is $1.6 million.
That's actually a little cheaper than I was thinking, honestly. It sounds like a lot of stuff that's going on over there. And you're right. If you have to shut down the pool, you might as well bring it back with some surprises.
Well, and if you have the cement like drilled up, I guess. I mean, I haven't actually seen it. Is it concrete? Sorry. Cement is mixed into concrete. But, you know,
it's just funny how you say cement instead of cement, but go ahead.
Well, you used to say finance until I corrected you and told you it was finance. Thank you, Journalism School 101. You're welcome. Admit it. I had to correct your speech on that. Just so you know,
we might have to go to the dictionary because I think either way is acceptable.
Nope. You're speaking for the ear. You were a trained journalist. You need to know that it's finance, not finance. Anyway, you're welcome.
Tell me about the cement.
So
go ahead. The cement pond.
No, so they had it all dug up, but then they said the pipes, which this kind of blows my mind, were 22 years old, which it seems to me that structure was so new because it was really nice. You know, the outdoor pool in Nixa was one of the nicer ones. So I was surprised to hear it was that old. While we're on the topic, I was also surprised to hear that Busch Stadium was so old.
Me too.
Busch Stadium, I was 18 there when years old. What?
I was there when it opened, and it's 18 years old now.
We're old, Ethan. This is what this means.
But it doesn't seem like it was that long
because we're people who say things like this. I can't believe it's that old.
18 is almost 20.
That's how you know. Yep. All right, this is you.
Hey, it was a big weekend of soccer in Missouri. My boy had a soccer tournament in Kansas City. That for starters, but also St. Louis City soccer team in the MLS traveled to Sporting KC for a big game. St. Louis took an early lead there, and I was feeling really comfortable. But Sporting came back and tied it and went ahead late in the game, 3-2. But then, in extra time, and literally the last minute of the game, St. Louis City tied it up, and it ended in a 3-3 draw. And but it was really a fun game. 6 goals, and a very physical game.
Yeah, that's what Griffin said. He said that his take on the whole situation is that Kansas City has better skill than St. Louis, but St. Louis is more like physical. They have to like fight their way. Is that true?
Is that right? Is that what the boy said?
That's what the boy said.
Well, I'll tell you this. St. Louis, we know how to play a physical brand of soccer there.
Ethan feels like he's a part of the team, just so you know.
Okay. Hey, I grew up playing soccer in St. Louis. I feel like I could be on the team if I were a little bit younger.
Just a little bit younger. He still has good footwork. He just can't run.
A little bit younger and a lot better.
He's got a little gimp in his step.
Well, I tell you, if you were there in person to see it, you would be shocked at how big those guys are that are playing soccer now. I'm 6'2", and when I played, there weren't many people taller than me. 6'2" was about it, maybe 6'4". Yeah,
that's huge for soccer in my mind.
These guys are 6'4", and they're like mountains. I mean, it's crazy that they can play soccer. Yeah, they're not all legs.
Right. I don't like it.
That's how they're so rough. They're just big and strong. It's crazy.
They're like tanks.
All right. And then Griffin, while we're on the subject of soccer, Griffin had a soccer tournament. Went there with him, took the girls. So it was 4 of us. Sarah didn't get to go because she had a speaking engagement. And so she celebrated her birthday yesterday and our anniversary by herself.
You know what? I'm not mad about it. I went for a really long bike ride.
Yeah.
It was heavenly. My friend Taylor made me a thing of sourdough bread. The size of my face is better than a birthday cake. I'll tell you that much
Well,
right now.
That's nice. So we plan on celebrating. I'm off today, so we'll celebrate your birthday today. Okay.
I know. I'm excited. It's going to be great.
Okay. Anyway, Griffin's team won the tournament. It was it went in the championship game went into penalty kick shootouts. Griffin was first to shoot. He made his. Everybody on his team made it.
He did.
And then Blake, our goalie, made one save. So it was 5-4 in PKs, and we're the champions. It was great. It was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I told my friend that Griffin should run for president because he just feels no pressure. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'll go take the game-winning shot. I'll put the ball in the net. No big deal.
Well, he felt
and he gets that from you. He gets that from you. I'm like, hey, Ethan, you won the lottery. You're like, awesome. That sounds great.
Well, no, I was talking to him afterward. He felt pressure. He was nervous, but he was able to overcome it and keep calm and do what he needed to do, which was great.
That's why he should run for president. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. It is only Monday, but the weekend is coming. We're already thinking about it. Don't forget farmers. I'm going to do this real fast. Plug that in. Sorry, my computer's about to die. I had to plug it in.
Okay.
Battery's going to go down. Sorry.
You mean to take over?
No, I'm good. It's only Monday. The weekend is coming. As I said, Farmers Market of the Ozark is back at full swing at Farmers Park from 8 to 1, East Republic Road. You can find farm fresh goodness, handcrafted products, local eateries, all right there in one stop. I do love a good farmer's market, and that's one of them in the Ozarks.
I do too. Yeah. Also, we told you about Zuzu's House Jeep Ride. That is coming up this Saturday as well. All proceeds benefit Zuzu's House, which takes care of girls in need. A lot of them transitioning out of foster care into adulthood. So that's very difficult to do, or potentially even homeless. So if you want to go Jeeping, it's a great cause. The route will start at the Webster County Fairgrounds this Saturday and end at Zuzu's House. There will be food, fun, music, and a silent auction. You can check it out on the Zuzu's House Facebook page. That is spelled Zuzu.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out aroundtheozarks.com. We have all kinds of events on the community calendar there. Plus, we have contests. You can win tickets to St. Louis Cardinals baseball, like all different sorts of things. Mother's Day giveaway right now. One mother will win a big gift card to a restaurant, plus flowers. Anyway, there's fun stuff. Check it out at aroundtheozarks.com or download the Around the Ozarks app.
Yeah, it's free, so the price is right. Have yourself a great Monday, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.
Sounds good.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday. It is April 22nd, and I hope you had a great weekend. It was kind of cold out there over the weekend. Temperatures only making it into the low 60s for highs, but we spent most of the afternoon hours in the 50s despite the sunshine. Evenings were cold, mornings were cold, and boy, it's kind of a chilly start out there early this morning. In fact, we're under a frost advisory for another 3 hours. I have a frost advisory until 8 a.m. this morning, and temperatures are generally in the mid-30s. It is a cold start to the day. Something to think about as you're sending the kids out the door. Make sure they have the coat early this morning. The warm-up later today is going to be quite impressive, with highs making their way back into the 70s. However, it's cold out there to start. I hope you covered up the really sensitive plants if you had them outdoors. There's a chance they didn't get the frostbite, but temperatures are dropping briefly between 7 and 8. I think we'll see this brief drop where everybody sees some cool conditions where a frost is possible. So it's possible, if you're listening to the podcast first thing, that you can run out and bring the plants in for a couple of hours before you put them back out this morning. Then the warm up takes off, and it's really the only night that you'll have to worry about the cold conditions that could impact plants in the Ozarks. So I hope that yours are safe. Temperatures in the mid-30s, though. Yes, it's possible to get patchy frost, low-lying spots, places that aren't near the thermometer, maybe a little bit cooler than places where the thermometer reads about 35 degrees. That's why the frost advisory was issued this morning. We do have a nice warm-up, though, today. As I said, really mild week in terms of temperatures. I have temperatures back into the 70s as early as today. We get the full sunshine in the forecast and a couple of breezy days ahead, too. Today I have winds about 10 to 20 miles an hour. So nothing that's overly strong, but they will be out of the south, and that's going to help boost the temperatures. That combined with sunshine, allowing our numbers to get back to 70 degrees today. And considering we're in the mid 30s early this morning, that's a really nice warm up through the day. We're warming up nearly 35 degrees. Great warm up for the afternoon hours, and temperatures, as I said, even get warmer as we head through the rest of the 7-day forecast. We have high pressure in control of our weather pattern today. That means loads of sunshine and no rain as we begin the work week forecast. It will really be a very nice day to get out. We have soccer practice, baseball practice, something to head to later today. Late afternoon, I expect that all of the unsettled weather is going to be lingering back across the far southern tier of the country. And a lot of us here in the eastern part of the country and the central part are dealing with some below average temperatures, but that changes today as the warmer air begins to sneak back in. It will be warm and windy for the first half of the week, and I have multiple rain chances in this forecast. In fact, over the next 7 days, I think the Ozarks gets a widespread inch and a half of rainfall. It will be beneficial. The plants need it now. Not too much rain too quickly, but there will be some thunderstorm chances in here as well, just not today. I do have a small chance for some shower activity developing late tonight into Tuesday. I don't think it's going to be a washout type situation here. A couple rumbles of thunder will be possible. And I do have temperatures that get back into the mid 70s tomorrow. There will be some cloud cover back and a chance for some scattered thunderstorms in the forecast by Tuesday. Another chance for some rain and storms develops by the time we get to Wednesday night. And then kind of an unsettled pattern here through Thursday night into Friday, even Saturday. I think we could have some showers lingering around. It's not going to be a washout every single one of these days, but there are multiple opportunities here for showers and thunderstorms. I think the best ones with the most widespread coverage are going to come late in the week. When I looked at some of the computer models while doing this forecast, I was seeing that widespread rain showers will likely overspread the Ozarks on Thursday evening through early Friday. Friday looks to be one of the best chances for some more thunderstorm activity. I think we'll also have some really windy conditions around. The wind is out of the south, so it's going to keep our temperatures warm, but just keep in mind it's going to be unsettled. If you have plans kind of Thursday evening, Friday, Saturday, that's when I think we could have some rain and storm chances around the Ozarks. Around the country, what's making headlines, I already mentioned some of those lingering shower and thunderstorm chances back for the southeastern portion of the country. We've got above average temperatures for much of the Southwest, kind of a heat wave for the southwestern United States, and then cooler conditions are east of the Rockies. That's going to begin to warm up today. So we will see a change in that forecast with the warmer air working its way into the Central Plains over the next several days. All right, it is time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question on this Monday. We will flex our brain muscles here. Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question sponsored by Scooter's Coffee. You can win $20 gift card, giving it away every single day here on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. All you have to do is go to the website and have a correct guess to our trivia question. Every day we will pull a winner from those correct guesses. So here's the question that I left you with on Friday. What percentage of nurses in the United States are men? And the options that I gave you were A, 10%, B, 12%, C, 14%, or D, 16%. And the answer is B. That's the most recent data. It's 12%. Now, if I would have asked you this question a year ago, the answer would have been A, 10%, but there's actually been a big increase really each and every year. We're seeing a steady increase in the number of men in the field. But according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, this is data from 2023, men represent about 12% of all licensed nurses and registered nurses and nurse practitioners, for that matter, in the United States. So maybe in another year, that'll jump another 2%. The growth has been steady. But B, 12%. Congrats if that was your answer. Here's the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. According to a survey, United States employees spend nearly how many hours per day doing non-work activities? Non-work activities during the workday. Do you think it is A, 2 hours a day, B, 3 hours a day, C, 3.5 hours a day, or D, 4 hours a day? You are doing non-work activities while on the clock at work. We will not be submitting your names to your employer, so feel free to give your honest guess here. I will have the answer for you early tomorrow morning on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. All you have to do, head to the website to enter your guess. And as I said, the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather trivia question is sponsored by Scooters. So start your work week off on a good note this week with a cup of Scooters and some breakfast. Also, thank you to Rescue Towing for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. It's really a great Monday once we get past the chilly temperatures. Dress in layers today. You don't need a jacket. Later on, you definitely do this morning. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk more about those rain chances, and I'll have a breakdown of the thunderstorms that will arrive later in the week.